1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, coming to you today with the classic bluegrass guitar song Wildwood Flower in the key of C. There's tons of great versions of the song, from Clarence White to Tony Rice to Doc Watson. This is a must-know for any guitar player. We're going to be playing it out of the key of C, and I'm going to show you 3 basic versions of it. One that's just going to start with the absolute basic melody. Then the second version, we're going to add some basic strumming, kind of trying to mimic what's called Carter style, where we're playing the melody and doing the strumming at the same time. And lastly, for the third version, we're going to add strumming and then add some extras, so some hammer-ons, some pull-offs. I'll show you how to basically spice up the basic melody in this style. I'm going to break down all 3 versions note for note and then show you a bunch of backup stuff I would do on this song. So how to do basic strumming, how to do some basic chord walking or bass runs for this song. So I'm going to break it all down. And if you're watching the preview of this lesson, you can head over to my website, MikeHeadingMusic.com, and grab the full lesson. It'll come with all the videos, all the tabs, and all the practice tracks. All right, here's 3 versions of Wildwood Flower in the key of C. All right, let's start breaking down this basic version of Wildwood Flower. So before we add any strumming, before we add any hammer-ons or kind of extra ornaments, let's make sure we've got the basic melody down, because it's really important to get the basic melody down first. Then when we add the strumming or the extra hammer-ons, it'll be a lot easier to not lose that basic melody. So let me play the first 5 measures of the basic version, then we'll start breaking it down. Here we go. Let's do that a few times. One more time, a little faster. So we're going to work out of our C chord. I want you to think of this as your home bass position. You're always going to be kind of keeping your first finger up on this first fret on the 2nd string. This is going to be kind of your general home bass that you're going to work out of. Okay, so we're going to start with our pickup on beats 3 and 4 of measure 1. And our 2nd finger is going to be down on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and we're going to play that note with a down pick, a down stroke with our right hand. And then you're going to move your 3rd finger from this 3rd fret on the 5th string to the 3rd fret on the 4th string. So you're going to play those 2 notes. And then you're going to play the open 3rd string, will be the beginning of measure 2. And what I want you to practice is getting the correct angle of your hand, so you can get that open 3rd string to ring out while you have your other 2 fingers on the 4th string. That's really important. If you're leaning your hand back too much, you're going to be muting that string. So you have to find the correct angle. Make sure your wrist is out enough, and you can just do the string test where you just play both the notes. Just adjust your hand accordingly until you get it to ring out properly. So again, let's practice that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2. The other thing you can practice is keeping your second finger down when you add that third finger. It's very common to want to lift those other fingers up, but that's kind of like your insurance policy. If you keep that one down, now you're kind of, again, you're keeping your home base, which is also important. So on measure 2, we're going to let that open third string ring out for 2 beats. It's going to be a half note. So 1, 2, and then we're going to move our second finger to the second fret of the third string, play that note, and then play the first fret, second string where your first finger is already down. Again, that's why it's so important to keep that home bass. So we've got 1, 2, all down picks for the basic version, so all down strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that a little faster. And if you're having problems figuring out how long that half note is, the open third string, you could play the note twice and play it as quarter notes to get the timing. Just to hear the timing of it, and then you can take it out once you got it down. 1, 2, 3. The other thing is just count it out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so not too hard. Let's play the first 2 measures one more time. Now measure 3, we're going to bring our second finger back down to the second fret of the 4th string and play that note for a half note. And then we're going to walk down on beats 3 and 4. You're going to put your third finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, and then take your third finger off and go back to that second finger that's already down. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Same timing as measure 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a half note and 2 quarter notes. And then the timing of measure 4 is the same, a half note and then 2 quarter notes. So open 4th string, and then second fret on the 4th string, open 4th string, and then down to this 3rd fret on the 5th string. So let's play that. Let's play measure 4 into the beginning of measure 5. The other thing I'm kind of doing there is I put my pinky way up on the 3rd fret of the high E string. I'm basically kind of going into a partial G chord. Right there. Eventually I'll be able to strum that, so that's kind of why I'm doing that. But you don't have to do that right away, but that could be, again, get familiar kind of thinking of that as of those positions. So we're starting in a C chord for the first 3 measures, and then we're going to a G chord. So you can also just play it without doing that. But that's just a good little practice tip. When you start adding the strumming, you're going to want your pinky up on that high string. And then for measure 5, this is just a fill. So I just kind of walk down the strings. So you hit the 5th string, then you go up to the 2nd string, it's octaves, and then you're just walking down your C chord, 3rd string, 4th string, 5th string. And that's just a little fill measure, so you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You could just play the 3rd fret on the 5th string as whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I like filling that measure up, though, especially when you're playing it by yourself. It doesn't sound that great to just play a whole note. You know, so again, I like walking it down. And that's important. Keep your position. All down strokes, even though you're going down the strings. So, not too hard for the first 5 measures. Let's play the first 5 measures. Here we go. That's into the beginning of measure 6. One more time, a little faster.